Um, Generally, I'm pretty disillusioned with politics in Britain. Not in the sense that, I'm sort of laid back and, well, it doesn't really bother me at all. Generally, I'm sort of disillusioned in the sense that I feel so little of what interests me and a lot of people I know is touched on. I think the 90s have become a very, very depressing decade for British politics. That the Labour Party's taken a turn towards desperately wanting to be in office and being willing to do anything to get into office. Perhaps more fundamentally, I think a lot has happened in terms of left-wing politics with regard to people feeling that the options aren't there that were there, and that you have to accept a sort of neoliberal free trade, scaling down the welfare state sort of society. And while I think there's a need for change, it's very depressing that the Labour Party doesn't seem to really have any particular ideas of its own. They seem to be more willing to accept the ideas of what were their political opponents. There have been some interesting developments, some positive developments. I think the emergence of the Green Party as an electoral force is interesting. I think it opens up an awful lot of opportunities and new ideas that need to be there, although there can be a certain sort of Ludditism element in green politics, which would want to change everything that's happened since the Industrial Revolution, and that I don't think is particularly helpful. But on the level of stressing the importance of society as a society and as a community, and the need for mutual links in society, I think they're a very positive force. Also, in terms of stressing the dangers of not destroying our environment through overproduction, and not destroying our lives through overproducing and always having to be doing more and gaining more, rather to try and enjoy things other than that. Particularly coming from Wales, I think the recent sort of changes in the structure of the political system in Britain in terms of devolution is a very positive force. I think one of the things that's happened with the Labour Party moving as it has done is that it can be said to have sold out a lot on the people who did support it. In Wales and the north of England and what might be called the sort of Labour heartlands, they've been taken for granted as these people will vote for Labour no matter what happens. And so, well, let's go off and work out how we can attract people, middle-class people in southeast England as well. And I think there's an awful lot of disillusion amongst people like that. And I generally, Wales votes much more left-wing than Britain generally. So it's this devolution, and having a parliament, no matter how small its powers in Cardiff, offers an opportunity for Welsh people to say, well, we don't want things the way they're run in Westminster. We have different priorities. We think that a common health service for all people is important, and that we think a better state education system is important, and that we don't feel we need to sell all our national assets into the private sector. So I hope that the Welsh Assembly in Cardiff will give a voice to people in Wales, and funnily enough give a voice to the Welsh Labour Party as against the English Labour Party more generally, or the Labour Party in Westminster.